What's up, everybody? Sparrow with a Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on Space Engineers with a game update video. This one I'm excited about because it fixes a big problem I've been having in my survival world for all of you that watch my Let's Play series on my survival stuff. Survival world? Whatever. Oh gosh. I've been very scatterbrained recently. There's been a lot going on. So they fixed the inventory screen. Yay! I'm so excited about this. Basically, they've added to where it's like a lot bigger. You can scroll through a lot more. There's categories, which is amazing. Character animation, character tools, weapons, armor blocks. Like, it's awesome. It's awesome. Large blocks, small blocks, window blocks. It's great! There's also a search bar, which is amazing. So, like, welder. Oh, look at that! There's two. So for mod people, like, it's not a great big deal, in my opinion. This is my opinion. It's not a great big deal for mainstream gamers, like just that play the vanilla. If you're modding it though, and like you're really, I don't know why I said mainstream gamer. You know what I mean. People that just play the vanilla is what I meant by mainstream. Like, I just bought the game, I just want to play the game. I think that's what I was meaning by mainstream. I don't know. So it's cool, but not overly different from what it was before. But for modders, this is incredible. Like, I'm sure those of you that do watch my Let's Play series on my survival world know how many mods I have, like, in my categories right now, and it's, like, impossible to find anything. It's all disorganized, there's no sort button, and so you just spend 9 hours looking for things in your inventory. Now, you can search for, I want a reactor, oh, here's all the different reactors we have available, or I want windows, oh, here's all our windows. Like, it's amazing. It's amazing. I'm excited. I'm more excited about this than I was for some of the other actual gameplay functions that were added in. Another thing is for modders who make mods, these categories can be added. You can add in, just as an example, for those of you that have been keeping up, the fighter cockpit was added in that it's no longer a mod, but say it was. You could have fighter cockpit over here as your mod. You could have, in my survival world I've been messing with the food and some of the new SNCN, which is like smaller ships. You could have an SNCN category over here that you could just click and it would bring up all the... It's amazing. It's amazing. Now, I will say I've been poking around on the workshop, the Steam workshop, and I have noticed that there's been a few people that have re-released a new mod that you can re-download for the categories on the side. Everything I've read from Keen Software House, the developers, and the changelogs and YouTube videos and other modders says you don't have to do that. You can update your own current mod pack and simply add in a category in the mods folder so that then when people update it and go to play their mod, the next time they log in and it says downloading new versions of the mods, now it would just have a category over here. I cannot confirm that, but that's what everything seems to indicate. I'm not a modder myself, so I can't vouch for that personally, but everything I've read, forums, changelogs, videos, seems to say you don't need two separate mods. Like, I don't need to download the SNCN mod for smaller ships and then download a category from the workshop also. You can put it in the same package from what I understand. Now, unfortunately, that is kind of the big main theme of this update, so that went rather quickly. There is some other intricacies to it. For example, I'll show you the ship. They modified the ship ones as well, which I'm glad I remembered it because it actually is a little bit different than the main. So this is where it's different from your main inventory screen, is you've got all the blocks listed, but you can also select groups. So these two are groups. And this is ejector 1. I don't know if groups are listed. Small reactor 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Support reactors. Okay, so when you're under all, it does not look like the groups show up, because you can see these are small reactors 1 through 8, but I see nothing that says support reactors. But when you go into groups, there is a support reactors group. So the groups are separate from blocks, apparently. Good to know. Weapons and tools, character animations, lights. Now, one thing I have noticed, I noticed in the dev update, the changelog video, is let's grab the rocket launchers and make a group and call this rockets. When we save this and go in, when we go to weapons, it's going to make a liar out of me. Dagnabbit, why do you gotta be like that? Alright, so rockets is in here, rocket launcher is here, and the 2 blocks are here. Okay, now, oh, wait, I know what it is, Yay, I remembered. Patting myself on the back, yay me. What it is you can hit control and highlight multiple groups. So there's lights. If you want weapons and character animation, that's what it is! I remembered it! Awesome! So we can hit groups and weapons. Now you'll notice this section is darker. I believe that's reserved for groups. And then when you select weapons, it goes into another thing. Now, under the weapons and tools tab, when you're selecting these, this is like the main let's hold the mouse and fire. When you select these under all blocks, these are the like control from your toolbar thing. So if you were to have all 3 of these selected, you would have a total of 3 different weapon options. You've got the group, which is another one of these control blocks. You've got the main select weapon, and then you have the actual individual rocket launchers, which you can control through your toolbar. So if you hold control and select things, you can get different groups of things selected. And it will change your inventory screen. Search works the same way. If you do rockets, now everything with rockets shows up. Even though you're not control selecting over here, you've got your group, you've got your main weapon system, and then you've got the 2 actual items. And that's how it lists them, typically. If you're just searching, it'll be group up top, main weapon on the left, and then from there it will be the individual devices or blocks. So let's do reactor. So you'll see support reactors, and then here's all of the actual reactors. And Gatling guns work the same way. So let's do... You'll notice there's no group for Gatling guns, so you don't get the top bar, but you have this one, which is primary fire, and then you've got these, which is the control from a toolbar situation. So that's pretty much how the new toolbar system works. I'm loving it. It's much faster, much more streamlined, and way easier to use. It is also better in performance, from what I understand. I haven't tested it with all of my mods on the survival world, but per the changelog, it's supposed to speed up performance of the... Like, it's not going to sit here for hours on end when you open the inventory. Alright, next on the list, we did the G-screen layout. Added antenna range visualization. This is awesome. I'm actually really excited about this update. They did a lot of cool stuff that I wanted them to do. So, antenna range. Boom! Check that out. Now, this is like maxed range, I think, so it just covers everywhere. Let's actually turn that down. Where's a control block? There we go. Alright. So let's actually turn this antenna down a bit so that we can see the difference. Okay. So, all these are going to be in the way, but whatever. You can only see the radius of the antenna while within the antenna, if that makes sense. And it's very difficult to see with this other one over here going, so let's go ahead and see if we can get rid of this. Or just, you know what, we won't get rid of it, we'll just tone it down quite a ways. And there's still another one out there. I think it's blue 2 or something that's just... Actually, can I No, I don't want to do that. Alright. Anyways, so when we fly into the range, you'll notice everything kind of gets a yellowy hue, which is, again, very hard to see, but there's a line. And when you back out, bloop, it goes away. So if you're inside the bubble of the antenna radius, then you can see visually where the radius starts and stops. Same with this over here. And we'll look at the gray as the color divides so you can see it a little better. See that on the left of me? Right there. And then when you leave it, it goes away. So that's a really cool thing of knowing whether or not your antennas will reach. It's also good to know how within the range of your drones, if your drones are about to leave the range, because if they leave the range, you'll lose connection to your remote control and can't fly the ship remotely. So again, kind of like the gravity and the sensor range, is just a really cool feature that they added that you can actually see visually where everything is. What else? Added object creation for player-made scenarios. Okay, so this one is only able to be done in creative mode. Thankfully, we are in creative as of right now. If you hold Shift F10, you get this screen, a spawn menu. And essentially, it allows you to pick loose items, such as ore, gravel, components, bullets, things like that. Not actual blocks. It's not the same as actual blocks, like the armor block or thrusters. It's like the little component things, nickel ingots, metal, grids. Let's do grids. We'll spawn 10. And you can see that now we have stuff here. Blunk. And when you pick it up, you have 10 metal grids. This was particularly designed for scenario creation, as you can see here, for player-made scenarios. So when you're making scenarios, you can actually hold Shift F10 and you can grab items of different things and spawn in objects for various different purposes. Whether it be... I don't actually know all of the extents that could be. I believe you could use that for making sensor dispensers to where, like, you walk by and it drops ammo. Or it might be just for decoration if you wanted a wall of guns or things like that. I'm not really sure. I'm spitballing in terms of how that works. One thing to note is item devices or tools will always spawn 1. So, for example, automatic rifle. Let's set it to 1,000. When you spawn it and you drop it, there's just 1, as opposed to if we were to grab a missile container and spawn 1,000 of them, that breaks the world. Don't do that. Let's try something that's not going to put a hole in the ground. How about cobalt ingot? There we go. So when we highlight this, you see how it says 1K. So even though there's only 1 block item laying there, if you pick that up, you'd get 1,000. But we noticed before, if we leave that there and pick the rifle, it only says 1 rifle. So let's pick both these up. So we have 10 grids that we picked up before, 10 ammo, 1,000 cobalt ingots, and 1 rifle. So items like drills, welders, those will only ever spawn 1. Just kind of a side note. Alright, what's the last thing on the list? Sensor is now able to detect voxels, aka asteroids. This is huge. I so want to do this on my survival world. I'm gonna try and do a mock-up real quick of what I'm thinking. So first off, let's go in and turn on our sensor range. I turned on the sensor range, right? Oh, show on HUD. There we go. There we go. There we go. Alright. Left extent, let's bring these back down to 1. Okay, so from the right, we need to come out a little bit. Wait. No. Other way. Okay. Let's bring this in a hair, and this out a hair. Okay, so as you can see, we've got it set up to where the right side of the drill and the left side of the drill are both covered. The left we could work with a little bit more, but I'm just kind of giving you an example. I'm not really worried about it being perfect. Top, let's do 2. Let's see how that works. Oops! Forgot how it was oriented. Crap. Alright. Top we can bring way down. The bottom, however, we need to be at least 2, I'm thinking. That's perfect. Alright. Now, back. Bring it down to 2, maybe. Apologize if this seems a little tedious. I'm just trying to get an accurate assessment of what I want to actually do. Okay. So that's a pretty good... the front could be down a little bit more. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Can I lower the top anymore? I don't think so. Okay. Good enough. Good enough. So, we've got a little sensor box around the drills. Why, you may ask? Well, we're going to turn off Detect Player and turn on this new one, Detects Asteroids. What is this, you say? I will show you. So, setup actions, let's do... actually, first let's make a drill group of both of those. Now we can go in, setup actions, groups, drills. And let's do toggle block on, and then when you leave the sensor, toggle block off. Right? Right. Good. Great. And now we'll go ahead and turn off the show on HUD. We don't really need that there. What is that thing? Oh, it's the antenna range of something. Okay. Alright. So now we are in our driller. We have nothing in the hotbar. No way of drilling. But... it turns on automatically! That is epic! I love it. It's so power resource friendly that you would never drill if there's nothing in front of you, and then when you back off, turns off. Back forward. Drills. Back off. Turns off. I am loving it. Love it, love it, love it. It's freaking awesome. Between the revised inventory screen, the showing on HUD for the antenna range, the sensor blocks, oh, it was a great update for me. I was very happy. So yeah. Oh, I love that feature. That's just so awesome. The reason I love it so much is I'm a very resource person. I like to be the most efficient as possible. For any of you that have seen my Let's Plays on like Minecraft and stuff, you'll know I'm always trying to make every resource renewable so that I always have access to it and things of that nature. So because of that, the whole not ever having to like, oh, I forgot to turn off my drills, or hey, I have to sit here and hold the button in case I don't want, you know, the drills to not turn off or whatever. I love that you can set it to a sensor block. Now granted, sensors actually use power as well, so you probably are negating it, but it also means we could automate it as well. That when you could have a drone that just flies in. Actually, that might be useful, is you could just have a bullet drill ship and just launch it. And whenever it goes like this and sees a sees a thing, it just drill its way through and move on. So that would be really cool, because you can now have the thrusters and gyroscopes all be overwritten and do remote flight and everything, so you could actually toggle all that and just have it fly forward until it punches through, kind of thing. So that would be really neat. It'd be really, really cool. So I think that's about all I have to cover in this episode. Very excited. I hope this helped. I hope it explained some stuff. I hope you got some useful information out of it. At least we showed what not to do when spawning missiles. Yeah, I'm no expert or anything, not doing like a tutorial or anything, just kind of doing stuff. So if I messed anything up, forgot anything, you know, it's whatever. Don't take it too seriously. In the meantime, though, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you all next time. Peace!